Among the old cutters we enjoyed talking to many years ago was Floyd Manwaring. I'd like to play an excerpt from a video club offering number 3 for you. And this is a conversation with Mr. Manwaring that we were privileged to be involved in back in the mid-1970s. The subjects are the taverns role in the cut glass history, and also labor management relations. I think you'll enjoy this.
Talking about this time was how they solved the problem of management and the corporate office thinking that the employees worked a 6-day week when the employees just knew they only worked a 5-day week. And here's what happened. Hi, Fido. Why don't you come and let me hold you for a minute. So here's the situation. This was a union shop. Now, this is in Corning, New York, and Mr. Floyd Manwaring was telling us this story one time. And you bear in mind that the average cutter worked about 6 or 7, he must have worked about 12 or 14 hours a day at the cutting wheels. And here's a young man, probably 13, 14 years old. He is being timed by a stopwatch. If he messes up on anything or goes too low on a hob star, for instance, they know to the second how long it takes to do a hob star. They dock his pay. At the end of Saturday night, the people are so uptight that they would go to the taverns and start drinking. And in Corning, anybody could be served, and they kept the taverns open all weekend. So here the guys were. They drank all Saturday night and would sleep on the sawdust floor, and they'd wake up on Sunday and just start drinking again. Come Monday morning, the supervisors, according to Mr. Manwaring, and he was a supervisor, the supervisors of the various companies would gather at the various taverns and try to sort their people out. And they'd go from tavern to tavern, and there would be supervisors from J. Hoare, and from Sinclair, and from the Corning Glass Works, and Hawks, and all of the companies, and they would try to get their guys, and they'd try to sober them up and get them over into the corner so they'd at least be somewhat separated, and then they'd start pouring coffee in them, and etc., and hope that they could get them down there to the cutting wheels before the day was over. Well, this very rarely happened. The thing is, management always led the people to believe that they were very disappointed in the fact that they didn't get any work done on Monday. The fact was, according to Mr. Manwaring, that the management never budgeted anything for Monday. They figured anything that was produced on Monday would be a bonus or a plus, icing on the cake, gravy, so to speak. The only hope they had was that they would hire church-going religious people who would not go to the taverns, and they'd show up bright and early on Monday morning, and they would actually get some production done. But this is how they solved the problem, because the employees only worked a 5-day week because Monday wasn't a work day to them, and yet to management they insisted all along in the union contracts that these people had to work the 6-day week, although they never budgeted for it. So it's a unique story of how circumstance and all-night taverns in Corning, New York, at least led to some amiable arbitration of this dilemma.